Welcome to an out-of-the-box playthrough video. Today I am looking at Escape the Living Library by PnP Time. This is a very colourful print and play board game. I have been provided with a copy of the print and play files in order to make this video. So this is closer to a traditional board game than many of the games I play. It's a solo game and it is a single board. It print and play is easy. It's a one sheet that I've photocopied, I've printed and then I've laminated. You also need some dice, so you need 7 dice. And the aim of this game is to go from a start location up levels in a library, encountering beastly creatures and trying to escape to the end. And in this game, you have to go through different sections, and they all have. There's a lot of effort's gone into the imagery in the different sections. So here at the bottom, you've got history, then you've got art, fiction, literature, science, and you finish with horror. So in this game, you have sets of kind of like attributes, and they usually start off at 3, so you get 3 each of these. So that you're using the dice, you're going to use 2 dice to actually roll them, but most of the dice are used to track the different attributes. So that is like thoughts, that's a lightning one, and that's a protection. So they all go at 3 usually at the beginning, and then you have a dice which is your meeple, your character, and that will start at the beginning. And if you'll see here, there's little spaces, and that's where you're moving as you work your way through to the different levels. Then you have a reroll dice, so we'll talk about that in a minute because there is an opportunity to do some rerolls. And then you've got your 2 main dice, and so each turn you roll your 2 main dice, and if they have different numbers, you have to put 1 in each of the columns. So the column on the left adds the attribute, so you'll either get 2 of the lightning, so if you got, if I took it there, I take the 1, I would get 2 ideas, and then I'd have to take 3, so I'd lose 1. So I'd have a net gain of 1, which would then go onto my dice, which I can max out at 6. So alternatively, I could have taken 2 lightning bolts and put the 1 on this side, and I'd lose 1 lightning bolt, so I have a net gain of 1. So each time you roll the dice and you get different numbers, you have to make a decision on, do I want to add stuff to my attributes, or do I want to lose stuff? That becomes important because each level has got a penalty cost. So this one's ideas. So each turn you stay on this level, you have to lose 1 of your ideas. At this level, it's a little lightning, so you'd lose lightning. This one, it's the protection. And so you know that each turn that you stay in that level, it's going to cost you. And so that chews through your abilities. So balancing what you pick is quite important to try and survive. Also, certain squares have got traps. So ghostly creatures have gone into the haunted library, the living library, and laid traps. You can land on any one of those. If you do, you pay the cost. So if you land on a lightning, you have to lose another lightning. So there's a lot of ways to lose your abilities. You also have hit points. As soon as any of your abilities go down to 1, any further penalties come off your hit points. And when you go to 0 hit points, that's game over. And so that's, you win. You win by getting through all the levels and getting to the end. You lose by having 0 hit points, and you lose hit points through running out of the different attributes, which you can manipulate with the dice. If you happen to roll a double, which is great, these ones are here, you just get some benefits. You basically get some bonuses. If you get a double 1s, you get 1 of each. If you get double 4s, you get 3 shields. The doubles are really good. And that's all you do. So if you get a double, you apply the benefit and then you roll again for the next turn. So there's a little summary here. So that's what happens with a double. If you roll a non-double, you have to allocate, then you take the impact on one of your attributes, then you can pick either of the dice for movement. And so you can decide to move fast to reduce the number of certain penalties, or if you move slower, you can avoid the traps. So the decision space is quite good. And then you get the penalty for the level, and that's it. If you get to the end of a level, there's always some kind of bonus. And so at the end of the first level, you get +1 on your health. When you get up to level 3, there's this little dice pattern. You roll on it. It's called the interval, and you roll on the interval. And if you get 1 or 2, you get some free attributes. If you get a 3 or 4, you gain some health. If you get you lose a health. If you get a 5 or 6, you gain some health, and that's where you use your reroll. And so, say if you lose health, you might reroll that. And that's where the difficulty of the game comes as well, because there's a normal mode, a hard mode, and then an impossible mode. You get fewer rerolls. And so that is pretty much a summary of how we play it. And it seems easy, but it's not as easy as you might think. I'm going to play it now because it's probably easier just to see it happening. I'm going to play it on impossible mode because I kind of like more of a challenge, and it'll be interesting to see if I can get through. I've made it through once on impossible mode, but it was very hard. So with impossible mode, your initial attributes, you start at 2. You get 1 reroll, which isn't great. You start on 2 health, and we're set up. We're good to go. So let's roll. Okay, so I've got a 4 and a 6. 6 is good because I can move. 6, I can either get shields or lightning, or I'm going to lose shields or ideas. I think I'm going to go with 6 and 4, because then I have a net gain of 1, so that'll go up to 3. Now I've got to decide how I move. So 1, 2, 3, 4 would be okay. 5, 6, I would take a penalty, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to move the 4. End of turn, I have to take my level penalty, so this is going down to 1. So I'm already at 1, so the next time I take any of those, it's coming off my health. This could be a very quick game. And then we roll again. Oh, 6 and a 5. Ooh, okay, so I can't lose that. So I'm going to have to lose that, and that means I'll have to get that. So I'm going to gain a lightning, lose a lightning. So there's nothing. 6, can I get out here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is very lucky because I didn't have to take that penalty. When you finish a level, that's it. So I get the reward, which is +1 health. So now I'm 3. This level is about lightning, and I've only got 2 lightning, so I need to fix that. And we're off again. Ooh, 1 out of 5. You really want to get doubles. 1 is, if I get a 5, I get lightning. If I get a 1, I lose a lightning. If I do a 5, I lose. I'm going to do that, I think. So I'll do, then I'll have a net gain of 1 idea, which is always good. And then I can either move 1, which would be not great, or I can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll move 5. No traps. I have to take the penalty for the level, so I lose. I'm down to 1 lightning. And we're off again. I really need a double. Oh, 3 and a 6. 6 is going to give me shields, which I need for the next level. 3 is going to give me lightning, which I need for this level, so that's very tempting, so I'm going to do that. Gain 2, lose 1, I gain a lightning. Hopefully I can make it out actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, can't quite make it. 1, 2, 3. So I have to take a penalty whatever way. So I might as well go for that one. So I'm going to take a lightning penalty down to 1. Then I'm going to take a level penalty, which takes my health down to 2. And we're done. So now I'm just going to roll because I would like a double. And I get a 3 and a 6, a 3 and a 5, which I get to the end of the level. Right, now we're in the interval, so we have one of these things, and we roll the dice on there. And I need a 1, a 2, 5, or a 6. I get a 6, which gives me plus 2 health. So I will take that. That puts me on to 4. And we're on to level 3, where I'm going to lose shields. This is the fiction level, but R2-D2. Okay. Ooh, 1 and a 4. 4 is a shield, or a lightning, or a 1. I'm going to lose a shield, so I don't really want to lose 2 shields, but I've got 3. I'm going to gain a shield. Oh, if I lose a lightning, though, I'm going to lose a health. I'll risk it. So I'm going to gain one of these to 3. And I'll lose a lightning, so I'm going to go down to 3. Then I get to move 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1. I really want to get, if I get to a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I could get out with a 6, but it would cost me a shield. I think it's worth the risk. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take a trap and then a level penalty, so I'll lose 2, so I'm down to 1. Impossible was supposed to be hard. This is hard. Okay. Oh, so close. You don't get many doubles. 2 and a 3, so I'm not going to get out. 3, I'm going to lose a shield, so I really need a shield, but I can't get that. So, oh well, I can't lose the shield, so I'm going to have to put the 3 there. And that means the 2 is going to go there. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. So I go up a shield for 2. Where is it? There it is. And then I lose an idea down to 2. Then I can either move a 3 or a 2. I'm going to move the 2 because there's no trap. I can't get out anyway. Then I do my penalty, which is a shield, so I'm back down to 1. This one here is vicious because you lose 1 of each. And then you lose doubles here. So if I don't get something seriously good soon, I'm going to get totally killed. 1 and a 3. I might not even get out. I won't get out. Okay. 1 would give me one of those. A 3 would give me one of those. 1 or a 3. What do I need? I probably need lightning. So I will gain 1, lose 1. So I get a plus on the lightning. I move 3. No trap, but I haven't made it out yet. So I take a penalty, so I'm down to 2 health. Okay. And that doesn't really matter. Didn't get a double, but I make it to the top. Okay, so now I've got a choice. I can either take the health or I can roll on the thing. I'm going to roll because I might get something even better. As long as I don't get a 3 or a 4. There's a 3, so I'll use my reroll. And I get a 1, so I get 1 of each. So that goes to a 3, that goes to a 3, and that goes to a 2. So that was pretty good, but I've lost my reroll, so bad things can happen. Next turn, I need a double. 2 and a 5. 2 and a 5. Or a 2 and a 5. Okay, so what I've got the most of? I've got most of the ideas. So I guess I'll lose the idea, which means I'll gain a shield. So that goes to 3. That's going to go down to 2. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take a penalty anyway, so I might as well do that. that goes down to 2. And now we take our level penalty. Everyone goes down 1. Okay, let's have a double, please. Oh, 2 and a 3. I'm not even going to get out. 2 and a 3. I'm going to be dead. Possibly. Yeah, I might be dead. 2 and a 3. I think this is the best for me, so I go to 3 lightning, and I've got to lose a shield. I've only got 2 health, so this might be the end. And then I can move either 2 or 3, so I'll move 1, 2, 3. And then I have to take a penalty, puts me down to 1 health. And then that one takes me down to 2, and then I take another one and I'm dead. So I died in the literature section. But if I got to there, the next one's not as bad, but it ramps up. Anyway, that was on impossible. It's a bit easier on tough, and I guess you could, have 4, start off with 4 of everything if you wanted to go an easy mode. But that is Escape the Living Library. Super easy. Print and play to print. 1 sheet, a couple of dice. Yeah, really nice, very colourful. Don't forget to subscribe and like.